All right, now you're working with my girl here, right? And we got you in the weight room too, getting you stronger. What was the main reason? I mean, everybody wants to know. You know
why I went to Bare Knuckle.
They're like, why is this pretty girl with this face is going to Bare Knuckle to get cut up and have fun? I guess, in your opinion, it would be fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For me, there was a lot of reasons behind it. It wasn't just one, and this is something I definitely weighed my options. I had a lot of amazing promotions come and give me offers. The UFC offered me a new contract renewal. Of course, I had Bellator. There was One FC was in the mix somewhere. This other one based out of, I think, France.
I don't even know I know what you're talking about, but we were like, what is that?
Yeah, so I had a lot of amazing offers, but at the time, Bare Knuckle was the one that excited me. That was where my passion was, and I feel like in MMA, I kept having these setbacks, and it didn't matter how hard I worked or what I did, I kept breaking my arm. Yeah. And so beyond wanting to have a new opportunity, it's also an amazing time for me to heal and continue to grow in my striking, continue to heal my arm. They're an amazing company, and two, the money was right. I was just really excited about it. It all just came together, and all signs pointed to Bare Knuckle.
Nice, yeah. So I mean, Bellator probably offered you money. UFC probably offered you money. Bare Knuckle offered you money, but this is something that you really want to go after.
Exactly.
Not for the money. It's more for personal.
It's more for personal reasons because if it was about, it was strictly about money. There was other areas I could go. Obviously, this is. I'm gonna have to change so much, and that so much of me has to change to be successful in this. But I liked the idea of the opportunity, and there could have been an easier route career-wise, I guess, to go somewhere else. But I wanted the challenge, and people say oh, you shouldn't have to prove anything to your haters, but it's but that's the point. I want to prove myself, it's so exciting, and
well, your haters gonna give you energy.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the energy to work harder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that's the thing is it's not really about proving them wrong, it's proving yourself right. You know what I mean? So with that being said, here comes more than you say. Now, what are you guys working on so far? In the mix now. I know it's beginning stages.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like Paige said, a lot of the stuff that she had. I love the fact that she was a dancer. I sat her down, we talked. And I was excited for the opportunity as well because I relate a lot to you. There's so much about even me, with boxing. I wasn't raised in boxing. I went to the gym to better myself for low self-esteem, and then there were these other pro fighters around me. I had no idea who they were. I only knew who Mike Tyson was. So there's so much similarities where I'm all right, who's this? I'm oh, that's somebody. I had dinner with Roberto Duran, didn't realize who that was. You know what I mean? All this stuff. And even Joe Frazier came in and showed me how to jab. I'm okay. And then I was whoa, it's crazy. So I can relate a lot to that. But her dancing background, I was all right. And I've seen her on Dancing with the Stars. The rhythm is in the control of her body, and that's athleticism because I danced too, and I was just okay, that's awesome. But we had to break her down and bring her down to real fundamentals, which is taking the rhythm out because I don't have to teach the rhythm. We know we can implement that later on because she has it naturally. True. But it's now making her a little bit robotic. I need to get her robotic and really just settling down on her feet, knowing where to stand. She's coming from a Muay Thai background, a striking background, which people need to understand that striking is not boxing, boxing is not striking. It's very different.
Yeah, it's a style.
Exactly. So there's technical aspects of it, knowing how to shift her weight, not being heavy on the back foot, especially as a kicker. If she's going to lean, so we got to get her weight evenly distributed, but knowing how to move laterally. And I see her style, and I'm not saying this because I'm working with her. I see her style similar to mine because I know that she has that rhythm. So I just got to get her fundamentals down and just really break it down. But let me tell you, it's such a pleasure, and I always say this about working with men, it's not against the men. I love working with women, number one, because I'm a woman and I think like a woman. It's a little easier to communicate, but also because they're detail oriented and they have that photographic memory too. So I know they can look at my body and how it moves and they can emulate that even when we're sparring. And that's something that Paige will see where it helps me as a coach to even better coach her alongside Derek Santos, my boxing coach, who's working with me with Paige.
We all know Derek.
Yeah, of course.
You guys know my YouTube channel. I know Derek.
So yeah, basically right now, literally crawling before we even walk. Yeah. But what I love about you is that you're willing. You know what I'm saying? You come in with this, you're so coachable and easy to work with because you come in with that desire to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the patience.
And
that
always
you
a
have.
smile on the face.
Always,
Yeah. And it's nice because we have a great group and everybody's super, we just have such a special group. It's rare to find that in combat sports.
Yeah.
And if they're with you, they're with you. And so everybody's excited for your development. I mean, Jake was in there today, like, oh, she's got to do this. I'm like, dude,
Calm down.
I'm not there yet. Like, relax. You know what I mean? Even with Steph, he's like, I can hold the mitts. I'm like, no, because you don't know what I'm doing. Like, just relax. I love that they want to help, though.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's like, okay, there's got to be this certain level, And I remember even for myself when I first started, not knowing anything, and it brings me back to that and what would make me feel comfortable and what I would need, which is what I'm, from my experiences in growing in the sport, I'm giving to you.
Yeah.
So, no, it's great to work with her.
How do you feel about it? I know she's putting you through some stuff, and
Oh,
actually
yeah.
slowing you down is going to be very beneficial. Right?
Yeah.
You got to crawl before you can walk. So.
Well, and I think that's been the biggest area of, the biggest area I've lacked in my career is really breaking down and doing just the fundamentals. The hard thing, I love Team Alpha Male and I loved everything they gave me. Unfortunately, while I was there was a lot of coach turnover.
True.
So I feel like I never got to break down specifically, why you're doing each movement and what each movement is for.
Yeah.
And that's so important, you can throw 30 punch combos, but it's why? Why are you throwing those? And learning to react to what your opponent is doing. I feel like I never focused on that in my career. I was so athletically gifted that I could pick up any technique you want me to do, I can do it, but I don't understand why or how to implicate that into actual sparring and what the purpose is. So I think that's where I obviously chose her as a coach, is because I kind of liked her philosophy. I like that there is a lot of similarities. I've never had a high-level female coach in my corner, so this is it's just so exciting because as much as you want to be able to communicate with male coaches, it is different. There's still that the gender barrier, whereas here it's I can be 100% open and she'll completely understand. And
I tell that to my daughters. It's pretty tough to talk to them.
oh yeah.
They're teenagers too. You guys, if you have daughters, good luck. All right.